This is an Ellis Mowers and More small engine repair. Stay connected on Instagram and Facebook at Ellis Mowers and More. Comments or questions? Leave them below or email me, ellis@ellismowers.com. Parts used in today's repair are found using the links in the description below. And as always, like and subscribe for more small engine content. On today's repair, we're going to look at this John Deere X350 lawn tractor. I got for around $600. Been sitting up for a little bit. It does run and drive. It does not have any blades on it, but I solved that issue through one of my partners that I work with, one of the companies, and they sent me some blades. I'll put that link for the blades in the description below. The reason why it was parked was because his son started to cut his grass with his commercial equipment and stuff. So this just kind of got parked, and is what it is, so to speak. I do have a deck belt for it. The deck belt is ready to be replaced, and there's also some sort of drive issue. I think one of the drive pulleys ended up freezing up on it because it hadn't been sitting. All the tires go flat within a day. I've already put ATF in them. I've already put a new battery in it. And so it will start and run. It needs an oil change pretty badly, so I'm going to go ahead and do that first. Or I'm going to do that after I pull the mower deck off. We're going to replace the deck belt, look at the drive issue. Comes with the bagger. The bagger is in really rough shape, but I'll see if I can piece it together so that it's good enough so that it can be actually usable, because we are getting close to the fall season. So, given all that, let me go ahead and take care of that. Just doing like oil change, and we'll get the deck off as well here in the next clip. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, John Deere X350. Let me see what, I think it's like 540 some hours on it if I remember correctly. It's a 2016 model, so I think that's the first year for these too. 477, so still under 500 hours, which is good. No real huge cosmetic issues. There is a little bit of paint bubbling up on the mower deck and stuff, and that's kind of the worst part about the machine. The seat cover can fix the seat. I'm not too worried about that. I've also got a seat in a little bit better condition off of an X500 that I may swap onto this. Just to make it look a little bit more appealing and get a little bit more money for it. So given all of that, pulling the deck off of these things isn't too bad. You have, let's get down here, that cross member right, or that hookup right there you take off. There's one on the other side, and then you slide the deck forward, and there's one on the front. So I'm going to lower the deck all the way, take the belt off, probably just on the front here. All right. Okay. And so we'll take this clip off that I just showed you. And that's a pin that comes out. It's been a little while since this one's been removed, if it's never been removed. Okay, that's out. Same with the other side. They put a nail in on this side, so this is going to be a little bit more fun to get off than I thought. But also, what you can also do is just pull the spring right here. Links, if you're having a hard time and don't have the arm strength for the PTO, spring links from here to here for that deck belt. And so you got that. I gotta get that nail off, and so that's gonna take me a couple minutes to get that off. But after I get that off and get that pin, I'll slide this mower deck forward. We'll slide it out, inspect it a little bit. May have to hit it with a little bit of yellow paint because it is a little bit. Got a couple of rust areas there that we may have to grind down, but this ain't gonna be no showpiece. This thing's been used pretty hard for the number of hours it's got on it. But the good news is it's the latest model of this machine. All right, guys, got that nail out, so and that pin. Hey, what's going on? All right, we'll get the mower deck released here. Next, I got the nail off the other side. I just have to move this forward now. What do I got to do? Turn this a little bit. Oh, I got to raise the mower deck back up. They're working next door to clear out some vines and stuff, so I'm sorry if y'all not able to hear me very well. But I just raised the front of the mower up, or raised the deck mounts up. I should be able to just push it forward now. And there's the mower deck, so that's good. I think I can take this. Oh, I can take this front bracket off if I need to, and I probably will, just because I got to get underneath and jack the mower up for the drive. Figure out the drive issue on it. All right, so that's all right there. Let's look at the deck belt on this thing. You know, these things are complicated. Luckily, I have a deck belt over here. So I've got the deck belt right here. I think it's this one, 6684 BR. Remember, they did change in 2016. Oh, I don't think this is the right belt. I don't think it's the right belt for it. But they did change these belts. And these decks in 2016 to have the Excel Deep deck. So while we're here, it looks like I'm gonna have to order some parts. So this is not gonna get done today, but so what happened was, it looks like, oh wow, so these pulleys are toast down here. Like that one right there is done. I don't know if y'all can see that. No, that one's done. This pulley's done. So I'll see if I've got a couple of pulleys here. But you just gotta, let's see, take it off the bottom here. Probably relieve some of the tension on this belt. This belt looks like it's scored a little bit, but it's not in terrible shape, which is good. So should be able to make it all right on this. Man, how did this go? I wonder if this was not put on correctly or something. Oh no, I see how it goes. Okay. So if I put the park brake down, we'll see. But it looks like I've got to replace at least one pulley, maybe two pulleys here, in order to get this back working again. So let me see how this all works. So when I cranked it to drive it around, the throttle ended up coming off of it. It was already cracked, so luckily that's a pretty easily replaceable part. To get it off though, you got to take off these 4 tabs here. There's 4 tabs underneath. I just got a flathead screwdriver underneath down here. Pulled them up one at a time, just kind of kept tension on it to pull it out. Luckily, I think I've got one off of a 500 here that I haven't quite gotten around to fixing yet. So in an effort to try and get this thing fixed today, I'm going to just swap it off of that one. Pretty easy to do here. It's just a couple, looks like T25s or so to get that off, and then there's a 10 millimeter on the side. So I'm going to take care of that. We'll grab the tools that I need, and we'll go ahead and swap this out. So after you pop that tab out, those tabs for the throttle cable, this is the 500 that I'm taking it off of right now. It's the same exact premise except for one small difference. I'm going to take this 10 mil off here, and then come over here and take these 2 T25s off. And take the cables off right here, and then just bring this up through. Now, one difference I do want to show you between this one and the 350, I don't know if it's because of the electronic throttle control portion of it or not on the dash, but the 350, like you can see, is the exact same pretty much. Has a wire and a little cross thing running through it, so I gotta transfer that over. Alright, got that switched over, pretty easy. Let's put this thing on now. So what you gotta do to start is go up top, put the, you have to run the throttle cable through, the top of the machine, and then clip it down into place. Alright, so it's locked in now, which is good. There's an 8 millimeter for that ground wire that goes to the throttle cable there that you have to put in. We'll do that now. Okay, and then the 10 millimeter, we'll do that a little bit later after we get the throttle and the choke back on. So this is, that's the choke, and that's the throttle. So the choke is on top, which is going to be this one. I'm just kind of going off the markings of the old cable as well, so. Choke. Good to go. Throttle, we'll put, let's see, is throttle all the way up there and all the way down, up, down, up, down. Okay, so the throttle is going to go kind of in about the same spot. You can kind of see the mark on the Alright, now put that in. And how's the throttle now? So what I'm going to do to make this a little bit better, because I still don't like how stiff that is, and I'd hate to break another throttle cable here. Do a little bit of lubrication everywhere, including up top here. It's getting easier now, thankfully. Okay, that's good. So that's all sorted now. Just that 10mm on this side over here. Doubles as the engine cover bolt. Alright, so that should make the difference there. I haven't shown y'all it driving yet, so let me get it out here. I'll show it y'all driving. Should be able to put this back on. Okay. Good. So that's a nice advantage of having a not a parts tractor, but a tractor that has similar parts on it to get this thing out today. Deck belt wise, like I said, it's not the best, but it is functional still, and it doesn't appear to be like in terrible shape, so might be one of those see if it works type deals. Make sure that all the rust ridged areas on this pulley are okay. Let's see, needed two hands, sorry y'all. Doesn't feel like there's a lot of rust up under there, which is good. So I'm going to slap this deck back on. Again, I just got to slide it back down, lower the deck arms, put the pins in after I put that on, the front bar back on, which I think y'all saw me do all of that. So I'm going to take care of that very quickly and see, because you see driving wise it's good now. It's got strong pull and it's not resisting with the belt anymore because of the bad pulleys. So after that, let's see, we're going to put the deck on, see if it'll cut some grass, make sure it's level. Got to put some blades on as well. Alright guys, got new blades on it, just 18mm. There were no blades on it when I got it, so that's a good plus. That IdeaSure sent me some blades for it. Like I said, I'll put those descriptions below. I'll put the throttle cable in there as well if you need it, and I'll research the pulleys and the belts that you may need as well. As long as this thing cuts okay, I'm probably not going to replace the deck belt on it because that's going to cost me some time, because I usually just order them online as opposed to, what was it, like 20 some minutes for me to go to a John Deere dealer from where I'm at. So, and then you're going to pay an arm and a leg. So I'm going to get this out of the way. Let me crank it up. I'll just get it out of the way. We'll take it out here and make sure that it's going to cut some grass, or, well, at least the blades are going to work for us. So let me do that. I don't know if you'll be able to see me, but checked all the pulleys and everything seemed to be working correctly, so. Definitely smells like some parts have not been moving in a while. I do need to grease everything up. Looks like that tire may have lost a little bit of air overnight, so I'll pump it back up. Just make sure everything's good. I don't see where it was leaking in the ATF, so it may have just leaked out some. And after I drive it some more, it should be good. Yeah, how about that? So I mean, I haven't put any money in it. Everything I've got has been here so far. $600 and cruising along, so that's good. I'll grease everything up, and then I'm gonna go out and cut some grass with it. I'm also gonna, after I do that, make sure everything's good. I'm gonna check the bagger mechanism on it as well to see if I can get it to where it can be in a functional state. So I'm about to clean it. Y'all just saw it cut the yard. I think I'm going to attempt to sell it as is currently, because I cannot find a deck belt in stock And I know they're going to rip me a new one at John Deere because it's almost $90 at John Deere, I'm sure, for a deck belt. Because it's a 1/2 inch by 144.8. And this one was working just fine. Because this is not really the nicest machine, it's still going to be, you know, not the, what would you say, the best seller, so to speak. So got to figure that out and just see what. I think I'm going to price it at like $1,350 or $1,400. I'm going to put a seat cover on it after I clean it up and just see what it brings. Since it is the latest generation John Deere X350 instead of like a 300, it will bring a little bit more money as it is, but you know, how much more we'll find out, I suppose. So I'm going to clean it up, just see what I can make it look like, see if I can make it look a little bit better. And since today's Friday when I'm filming this, I really would want to get rid of this thing this weekend. If it was like a Monday or something, I'd go ahead and order the belt, but take a couple days for it to get here because I don't pay for that Prime and all that mess. But yeah, we'll see what it ends up being, and overall this was a fairly easy fix, and I should at least double my money. Well, all cleaned up. I have it listed. I do have a deck belt on order. I did not skimp, and I got the $81 John Deere belt. This does not sell this week. By the end of the week, then it will be getting a new deck belt, and the price will probably go up to reflect a new deck belt. I got it listed at $1,600. Probably will list it at $1,700 if the deck belt comes in and I have to install it. So you can see the bagger mechanism is back on it. It is complete. However, it's all these mount areas up here are really, really bad. I just put a couple of zip ties there so that it becomes functional again. And I have that seat cover on it as well, if I haven't shown that to y'all already. It does start, run, drive, and cut just fine. Y'all saw in the a little bit earlier that I cut my front yard with it. Did just fine, even with the belt as it is. You know, a lot of times these things sell for over $2,000. This is not one of these because of the condition that it's in with almost 500 hours. But I do think it's going to be in the $1,500 range is what it'll sell for, especially if I put a deck belt on it. So I think that's what's holding it back. I just figured I'd throw it out there, see if I got any bites, and if not, it's no big deal. Another $80 into a $600 mower that I'll get, make almost $1,000 off of is fine with me. So I do appreciate y'all watching this video. I'm not going to show replacing the deck belt because y'all kind of already saw how to get the deck off, and y'all see the alignment of it when I get the deck off. There's also an alignment chart on the mower deck right there, so if you've got one of these, then you probably still have all that. And those 3 mounts, you slide it out, replace it, put it back on, and you're good to go. We'll see if it lasts that long. Usually what happens is if I list it as is and I got a deck belt coming, probably what's going to happen is somebody's going to buy it like the day before the belt comes in. So, but you know, those John Deere belts, I'll use it eventually. So I knew it wasn't a bad purchase nonetheless. The ATF and the tires are still holding well, which is nice. Did not have to get new tires for it. And again, it cuts fine. For some reason, and those who own these Excel Deep, the newer model X350s and stuff with the 42-inch deck on them, y'all just let me know, do y'all have an issue with scalping a lot? I've got it on, let's see, it's on the 2 to 3 inch scalp mark on the wheel. I think I cut it at like 3.5, so I may have just answered my own question. But still, the side-to-side scalping seems to be really bad. And I don't see where there should be any wheels in the back. I don't know if, like, because of the size of this mower, if that has anything to do with it or not. I mean, it cuts fine, but then when you get like in undulations and stuff, it seems like it wants to tilt the deck down. And it cuts evenly whenever it's on good ground as well. So it's kind of like, that's kind of unfortunate. And the deck doesn't look damaged. The blades are in good shape, obviously, because they're brand new. And they're matching up, and I leveled the deck to where it was the same on each side. So I'm not quite sure about that, but I do know that this one's going to turn out good for me. I hope that I can sell it here in the next couple of weeks, so that I can, because we're getting later on into August, and things start slowing down a little bit at this time of year, which is not a bad thing, because I feel like I've been going wide open ever since I started this. But it's been good. And I do appreciate y'all watching. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. This is the first X350 I've had in here. Y'all seen I've had a couple of X300s, but not one that I have owned, an X350 that I've owned. I've serviced a couple of them before, but not one that actually has been mine. I will say this much: if I used my own mower, because a lot of times I use mowers to test my yard on, so I don't really use my personal mower, my Husqvarna, very much at all, then I would keep this if I didn't have the Husqvarna, because the bagger mechanism is great for what I've got here with the pine straw and stuff. So, but at this point, the Husqvarna is not worth nearly as much as this, and it serves the same purpose for as little as I use it. So this thing's going, and it should go for decent money. I'm hoping to get about $1,500 out of it after it's all said and done. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. I really do appreciate y'all watching. Thanks for supporting the channel. If you like the content, feel free to like and subscribe. We're over 10,000 subscribers now, and I do appreciate each and every one of y'all watching. Thanks again, y'all, and I'll catch y'all on the next video.